What's going on, guys? The Barber Phil here, back again with another haircut tutorial. Today's cut, this is a men's crew cut. I'm actually going to do a mid-bald fade on the sides and then a 6 guard on top. That leaves him enough hair on top to style with a paste or a pomade, but he works in a factory, it's pretty hot, he wears a hat all the time, so there's no reason for him to have too much hair. He doesn't get a chance to style it much. So what we're going to do, we're going to run this 6 guard. This is my Metal Magic Clip. We're going to run in every direction that we can, making sure that we get it even. And then in the crown area, I'm going to use the comb, and we're going to brush it against the way that it wants to grow so that it's sticking up more. And when we run that 6 guard through there, it cuts it even with the rest. Now, on the sides here, we're going to switch over to our Cordless Senior modified with the Andis Master blade. And I'm going to start things off with the 2 guard open. Now, the reason I'm not going all the way down to the bottom of the base of the hairline here, it's a mid-bald fade. That's a waste of time. You're going to bog down your clippers and shorten their life. I know where I'm putting this bald line in. We're going to start there, clean up this section, and then we'll blend this 2 guard up into the 6 by using an open 3 guard here in just a second. So just like what I just mentioned with the 2 guard, there's no reason to go over any other area. It's shorter than this 3, so you'd just be wasting time. I'm just focusing on hitting the parietal ridge, flick out at the top, and then I do go at different angles because his hair grows at different angles. So we're going to go against it, making sure that we take that as even as possible. And as you can see, it's blending in very nice. And then what I'm going to do here in a sec, we're going to use our slim lines, and I'm actually going to point to where I'm putting in this line, where the bottom of the vertical bar meets the round of his C cup at the top. That's where I'm going to sit this in. It's pretty much straight for the most part till it gets to the ear, and then it slowly starts to drop down in the back. I'm going to flip it right over, flick this out. This is, if you want to call this a section, you can. All I'm basically doing is just putting in the bald line with the trimmer and then turn around and immediately taking it out. Now what we'll do is we'll come in, Metal Magic Clip, do our open section, and then we know when we get to the bottom and we close it all the way up, we should be able, at least with my clippers, I know that the closed Metal Magic Clip can take out that trimmer line, and we don't have to come back in later and mess with that. So just like always, we're going to start with the lever wide open. We're going to do about an inch section, and then you're going to go about 3/4 of the way up into that section with the lever halfway open. You can see me flicking out almost up to where I just set in that open section. Then right after this, we'll close it all the way up, and you'll see me go just about up to that same line, but with the lever all the way closed. That gives you a nice blend transition from that trimmer all the way at the bottom up to an open section. And then I'm going to actually open it back up here, pinpoint this dark area here. He's got a kind of a dimple in his head. Make sure that you cut some of those areas to color. Don't just think, well, I already ran the same blade through there. If it's a darker shade, then you need to pinpoint that and make it cut to color so that everything looks even. Now we're going to use the 1 guard open. We'll close it up halfway, go about halfway up into that section, close it up all the way, hit the bottom half of that section, and then we'll use the 0 guard to pretty much blend it all the way out. So same thing, we're going to start with it all the way open. We're just going to flick out through that 1 guard section we just did, close it up halfway, go about halfway up into that open section, and then we'll close it up all the way, and it should just about blend out. I may come in a sec and hit it with the Wahl Premium half guard, but for the most part that is blended out. That'll just be more detail work. So I went ahead and grabbed my magic clip, threw on that half guard. We're just going to flick out that bottom line just to help transition from that trimmer through the open section. This is mainly just detail work. right above where his beard would have gone up into the temple area. That's where I really felt like I needed it the most, so that's where we pinpointed. Then we're going to open the no guard with the lever wide open. We're going to open that up. There's still a couple dark spots back in that dimple that I was talking about that we wanted to work on a little bit. This is just ways to make your haircut even more refined and blurry, so make sure that you take those extra steps. It doesn't take long. That was in real time, not sped up, so you can see how little time it took, but it'll pay off in the end. Sped up the back, same exact steps. So while this is going pretty quick here, make sure you guys take a second after this video is over. Check out that Tune 45 Online Academy link that I have in there. I promise it's well worth it, guys. You get 5 of the top educators on YouTube for 20 bucks a month. Just don't eat out once or twice over the course of an entire month that you normally would have done. Pack you a sandwich 2 days, and there you go. Your academy's paid for, and you're going to learn from some of the best out there. Sean Cuts Hair, Chris Bosio, Get Beam, Dre Cut It Out, and S-Craft Wins. In-depth, 45-minute to an hour tutorials, live Zoom calls, I believe is the way they do it. They can stop the video, answer a question that you have right there on the spot. They can pause it, draw on the screen. You know, it's in-depth stuff, guys. It's not 13-minute sped up YouTube video tutorials. It's in-depth, watching it right there. So take a second, check that link out, go sign up. If you caught it just a second ago, I was pointing to his crown area. That left side swirls off to the side, so make sure that you go with your guard kind of at an angle opposite of the direction that it's growing, so that you make sure you cut it even. We finished that back side out. Now this is the side that I like the best, because this is the side my camera angle at my station works the best. We're going to do the same steps. Start right there where the vertical bar meets the top of the C cup. We're going to go straight back to the ear and then drop it down some. Immediately flip the trimmer over, flick out the line that we just put in, and then we'll get right into the open section. So we're going to make about a 1-inch open section with the Wahl Metal Magic Clip. We'll close it up halfway, and we will go about halfway to 3/4 of the way up into this section. Hopefully you can tell a little bit better on this angle how high up into that open section we go. Every stroke that I take, I've said this before in my videos, you are flicking out at the top. That way you don't put in a line every time you bring that blade up through there. We closed it up all the way, took out that bottom line, and like I said, my closed metal magic clip blends out that trimmer line when I flick out perfectly. I don't even have to worry about going back in later and messing with it. Now we have the open 1 guard with the Cordless Senior modified with the Andis Master blade. We did the open section. And now I guess on this side, I don't know, I guess I skipped the 2 guard at first, blending up into the top. We're just going to fade that 1 guard up above the open section, faded that down, same steps. Now we're using the half guard to refine and detail this side, and then we'll blend just above that up into the top. Alright, so what happened there was I realized from the other side I could get away with an open 1 guard flicking out at the top and then doing the 3 guard. So I eliminated the 2 guard section there. Sometimes you guys can do that if you figure out from one side of the head to the next, or if you've cut their hair multiple times, you can start to figure out what guards you can skip or what steps that you can skip and still get the same end result and it looked good. So that's what we did. We skipped the 2 guard, we did open 1, then we did the 3 guard. Now we're coming back in 0 guard, making sure that everything's blended out nice, and then we'll remove all this bulk and we'll start getting into the beard work. So this is the new set of the silver FXs that I have. I recently retired my gold ones, but I did keep the blade because I don't like the deep tooth blade that comes on the silver ones. The gold one works so much better for me. It glides across the skin better when you're doing the round for, you know, somebody's ear or the C cup. It just glides so much better. Now for the beard work, we're just freehanding it, giving it a nice shape. This is the Magic Clip. Magic Clips are perfect for fixing beards up. They're lightweight. That deep tooth blade or the crunch blade cuts through. They're really nice. That was a 1.5 open down with the growth of the hair, just to kind of lighten up the bulk around the top line. We faded the beard out up into the temple area. I'm going to put a sharp line on it here with FXs. And then I'm going to take the time to put a shaver all the way around there to take this blend all the way from shaver up through, the 6 guard up top. It's going to be a really nice transition. If you haven't tried the Babyliss foil shavers, take a minute, either go purchase one, borrow one from somebody. It will save you minutes on every haircut. Those extra minutes can be used to detail haircuts, put a razor on somebody's beard line. So take a second, check those out. So we're going to apply the shave gel to the top line. We're going to grab our exposed blade razor, stretch the skin, hold the razor at a 45-degree angle, bring that razor back to the line. Then we're going to use a towel, wipe the original line off, because all of that shave gel likes to bulk up at the line and you can't get a clear view of what it looks like. There's always going to be a few hairs left over that didn't quite get hit because you couldn't see the line as well. Hit the line one more time. That's going to make it as sharp as it can be. Match it up to the other side, and that'll be good for the lineup. Applying alcohol or aftershave to any area that you've used the shaver or the straight razor on is a must. Make sure that you always take the time to do that. And then here, his hair is completely dry. We're going to work some paste into our hands, mess it up, work it through his hair. And this is his hair with the 6 guard is just long enough to style with that paste. And that about does it for this haircut, guys. Make sure if you're not subscribed, take a second, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. I'm promising you content every Sunday and every Wednesday. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Let me know in the comment section how you think we did on this cut. Until the next video, guys, I appreciate it.